Hello, everybody. It is iWrestler. Welcome back to Titan Quest. Last time we had our seer here, and we had a second mastery to choose. We had a lot of level points to do, so we're going to do the points first. So I'm going to do intelligence. I'm going to do strength, and I'm going to get everything above 100 at least. Okay, so let's just jump the intelligence up here. Jump the strength up a little bit, and then energy. Do some more energy. So I looked up things, and a lot of people said spirit, defense, and warfare. So if we look at defense, there's all this. So yeah. So defense looks like a good one. That makes you a Templar. Warfare was also one that was recommended, and then spirit was also recommended. The reason spirit was recommended is, warfare was recommended because you hit things. Spirit was recommended because of what spirit gives you. With some of the things like the Bane, for example. So there's that, there, and then it said things like where I think Ravagers of Time was mentioned, Death Chill Aura was mentioned too. It's not like Spirit made you a bit of a crazy, overpowered thing, but I liked the aspect of Spirit because of what it does. And you can summon a Lich, which I like. So we're gonna go with Spirit because it sounded like the best one. So I'm gonna do 10 into Spirit, but I'm gonna do 10 in here first. So we're gonna get the Phantom Strike up high, and then we're gonna jump this up, and then go like that, and go like that, and then we're gonna go over to Spirit Master here, and activate it, and then let's see here. We got Life Drain, leeches life energy, replenish your own. Deathly chill radiates from the character, slowing the attack and movement of enemies as it diminishes their life. So this is active, and it's 1 active energy cost per second. The reason that also that spirit works is your intelligence things that you pour in for dream. Spirit will benefit from those directly. So I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go more on the Death Chill Aura, and so now I'm gonna put the Life Drain here and the Death Chill Aura right here. I want to imbue my weapons with this. I want to see what. So I have Death Chill Aura activated. I'm supposed to be losing energy per second, but I'm not, and I think it's because of some of the gear that I'm wielding, which makes me happy. So I can use this ability basically without losing a thing. So it says 1 active energy cost per second. And it so this is a cool thing. Yeah, I do like that. Come on. And then a battle marker. Now this place right here that we're in, we're on the Spartan road on the way to the war camp, and we're gonna get there. But I always make a stop here when I play this game. I found this by accident the first time I ever played this game, and I thought this was like a huge quest. It's not. It just happens to be an area where there are a lot of enemies, and such. So level up again. Take out that skeleton. This is the Mycenaean Ruins, I believe is what it's called. Or it's called Old... It's a place.
You can't hold anymore.
There are tons of skeletons hidden in this area. I know it. They pop up. I'm gonna grab that money.
You can't hold anymore.
I did deposit a couple really good spears in the caravan driver to use when we get to the next caravan driver. So I will be showing you what that looks like if you are if you ever play this game. If you've ever played Diablo 4, you'll be familiar with that, where you have a stash of equipment and you can put it in there, and your other character can draw from it. You know, some people say it's cheap. I'm thinking no, it's basically you saying, okay, I found these really good weapons. My character's not going to use them, but I have another character that can use them. When I was playing Diablo 4 and beating it, I found several things that my ranger character couldn't use, but my sorcerer character or my necromancer can use, and I put them in the stash. And when I use my sorcerer or my necromancer, I use those. I can use them right away, but many of them I picked up and held on to. Ooh, now that is something worth dropping something out of my inventory to get. So, okay, so I'm gonna drop. Well, I'm gonna put those on. I'll drop these out and get the necromancer's leggings, and I'll put the leggings on too. And the armor is sufficiently better. That armor on, that's much better. Can enchant shields only, so we'll do that on that shield, yes. And what is this? What does this do? Can't enchant that. What does this do? Oh, it's not that big of an improvement. Okay, so we're doing well. This is 1324 and it's faster, so we're going to go with that. Oh gosh, I don't know where to put this. Let's toss that out there. What are we looking at in terms of this? Offensive ability. Okay, so we're pretty good. I'm going to wait on doing any of this stuff until we get to the Spartan Road and see what's in the caravan, what we might need. So I'm going to hold off on that for now. What does this do? I'm going to use that on the next enemy I encounter. I'm going to leech their life. Oh, I'll take that health potion. Thank you. So as you can see, I still haven't lost any energy on that 1 second on that Zelchil Aura, which is great. You know, if it takes 1 second out, but I think I have the. Oh, that kills stuff. Gosh, you know, if that was a, you know, if that wasn't a targeting thing where you have to target a particular thing, if it was an area of effect, I would definitely right-hand it. I love doing that. I would definitely right mouse button that, but it's not that type of thing. So. pile. Gold. Gold. A lot of the stuff that I'm carrying, I'm going to sell. That's the only reason I'm holding on to it. I did not realize that I had that type of range. Okay, so I've reached the Spartan work camp. Yeah, that's the guy I would need to see, Leonidas.
Hold it there. No civilian gets in to see General Leonidas, especially when he's in a council of war. Well, look. A particularly savage centaur named Nessus has killed several of our farmers. He runs wild in the Pelena Valley. We don't have the men to send after it right now. Kill the beast, and I'll see you get to speak to Leonidas.
Simple enough. Okay, so do the save. Resume the game. Okay, so I know down here there are guys. There are people. There's the anchor. I guess it's their caravan driver. Doesn't look like it. Which means I'll have to wait. Let me see. Let me meander around camp and see if there is one. For the longest time, I didn't use the caravan driver. I didn't know how useful he was. I was just like, they keep having this caravan driver. I thought it was like a side quest mission. I was like, I guess this is a way to get gold. And so I interacted with him at one point when I was short for gold, and I realized what he was, and I was like, oh. Because there was no like stash button, or it didn't tell you really what caravan drivers were. It's not like it was in the tutorial. So I'm
busy enough supplying the Spartans. Hurry, what do you want?
I want to sell everything. Actually, 21 to 36. I'll get back to you about selling that. But yeah, that definitely. And that. That. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just all of it. Okay, you have a better shield for me? Let's see, what am I doing currently? 16 damage. You got anything that does more? Doesn't look like it. What about weapons? Currently doing... I could be doing up to 36. Do you have anything that does more than 36? Swords are the fastest weapons I know. Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna... Oh, crap. No, I did not mean to sell that. Buy some more of these. More of these.
Goodbye.
Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything yet, necessarily. So let's go with this. And let's go with strength, because we need strength for some of the weapons. Let's jump the energy up again, and some health this time. Now, in here... Let's go up another level, and another level, and another level, and another. Okay, here we go. So some of these skills relate to the next skill. So we got this, psionic touch, we got this now. Psionic energy within the target ignites, explodes outward, burning through their inflicting severe damage. So this basically it improves this. This is the same thing. This improves this. So this amplifies the physical distortion effect. So basically it makes it better. We're gonna amp this up, and this is another one too. So here's drive power from the dream world, and this basically makes that better. So we're gonna go like this with this one though. We're gonna go back over to Spirit Mastery now and jump that up. and then I'm going to jump this up. And you always want to go like that. You always want to add something to the thing going up, because eventually you want to get to the top and you want to get access to all the cool skills. Okay, so let's move on. This guy has a quest, I know.
If I look worried, it's because Hippias, an ancient of war and father figure to me, wandered off into the valley this morning and has not come back.
Mm-hmm.
He is getting old and thinks he still has his former strength and speed.
This is a quest that I always take because it's easy to find. It's easy to find him, and you get XP because you have to fight your way basically to him. So you just go off the beaten path enough in this game, and you'll complete a lot of quests. And you'll find impromptu caves and things like that where you'll find enemies to kill and chests to loot and things to have. Oh, that was nice. Also, it is random each time, so while the quests remain the same and such, a lot of the maps and enemies are random, which is why sometimes, when it comes to certain quests and certain things happening, they might say, yeah, that's the same, that doesn't change. But you can't say to your friend, oh yeah, if you go up to that camp, there's like an undead guy, and there's like a undead captain in there, unless it's part of a quest, or there's some reason he might not be there, that time. So that does improve the replayability factor when you basically can't guarantee that it'll be the same experience every single time. Some enemies that you'll encounter, you might not encounter. Some enemies that your friends encounter, they might not encounter at all, or you might not encounter at all in your playthroughs. You might be like, well, I played through this area. You said there was like a bunch of enemy. You said there was like 2 bosses there. I didn't encounter any bosses. It's like, don't worry. It's like you'll encounter. It's like your own bosses. So to speak. It was the same in Diablo 4. In Diablo 4, where the bosses of certain dungeons were usually the same, there were times where you could encounter where like the butcher would just show up, out of complete randomly, I killed him only once my entire time playing through, and I was pretty high level, and I didn't do that until I was pretty much max level until I went and did that quest that raises your level cap. So, and I got lucky. Butcher ain't no joke. What's funny is I remembered him from the first game. In the first Diablo, he was a lot easier. So, or he seemed to be a lot easier. I don't know. I was kind of like in the Butcher in Diablo 4, the Deckard Cain. Shows up in pretty much every game in some way, shape, or form. So, here's the Ancient of War. I'm pretty sure that this is him over here. With all those bodies. Yeah, no problem.
I was taking a morning stroll when I came across these monsters. When I was done with them, I thought I would rest a while.
So when you go back to talk to Leonidas, you'll tell that guy that you found Hippias what he was doing, and he kind of finds it funny. He goes, just sitting there? It's like, yeah. It's like he was just taking a break. there, there. Oh, there he is. Okay, we'll get to him in a second. The reason I'm taking out so many of these guys and going off the path like this is because we're going to come through here later, and so this is kind of paving the way, so it's a lot. So when we come back through, it's a bit easier, because we're going to have to come back this way after we talk to the general. I thought about doing Storm Mastery, too. It did mention that Storm was good. It mentioned Warfare and Defense were good. It mentioned Spirit was good. It also mentioned Rogue, too. But as I read about what it looks like to do a Rogue, I became more and more less inclined to do it because I was like, that's great for traps and all. But I'm not a big trap person. You know, if that's the tactics, hitting and running and setting traps and such, you know, you have to lay a lot of groundwork when you're playing as a rogue before you get involved in a battle, and I didn't want to do that necessarily. So before we go fight him, let's go like this. And let's go like this. Okay. Okay, so that's the way we need to go. Okay. It's good to know. So because we need to go that way, up here, I saw some enemies. Take out these guys. Cleaver of Brawn. Let's pick that up. Got the beads.
You can't hold anymore.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go pick that up. Oh wait, a loop is a ring. You can sell it at least. Okay, one thing you can do, which people might be screaming about, why aren't you doing this, is you can activate a portal and you like your own personal portal, and jump back to the camp, to the last portal, which I could do. 2 reasons I'm not doing that. 1, I might forget about it. 2, is the way back. I might encounter some extra XP enemies, and while you might see that's coming, it's minimal. I want to do it either way, so. Besides, it's not like, if it was a really long jog back, I would agree. I'd be like, yeah, it's like really a long ways back, but it's not that bad of a jog back to the camp. So, let's talk to him.
Hippias was okay? Just standing there.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I should have known better than to worry about old Hippias.
Yeah.
Here, take this for your trouble.
Speaking of which, then while we're at it, we'll go like that. Oh gosh, just what this does to people. Accelerates the effects of time on adjacent enemies. Yeah, this powerful wizard trick causes your staff to shoot 3 projectiles by letting magical energy into it. It is not as powerful as normal attack. Yeah. So this doesn't only staff. It means your weapon. It thinks you're using a staff. No. So we're going to go like that. And we'll get one there and one there. Get 2 of those. Visions of death. Gosh. Some of the stuff that you can just do to people is incredible. Just occurred to me that we just took all the points, yeah. So let's go like that. Okay, now back to Dream Mastery, where we should have put some points in. Let's go like that. Go like that. It helps us stay ahead of our enemies in combat. Let's go talk to the guy here.
I don't know you, so don't expect credit, you hear?
Okay.
Thank you for not loitering.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah. And then... It's gonna give you a better
Magic
price
equipment
for things
sale.
like this. Yeah. What do you got in terms of weapons? Okay. Oh yeah.
All right.
What types of
What is it
types
this
of
time?
spears you got? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you killed it.
Yep.
Well, I have to say, I didn't think you would. You're no Spartan. Speak with the general if you must. Be quick. Leonidas is a busy man.
So you're the one who brought the centaur down. I thought only a Spartan warrior could accomplish such a feat. So you are here on Diomedes' behalf. Very well. I will send a few of my men to defend his village. This isn't the first petition I've received requesting assistance. These beasts are everywhere now. And the lazy citizens who mocked Spartan discipline now whine for our help. No matter. Those creatures will regret the day they dared to step on Spartan soil. You must journey to the Oracle of Delphi. She will know where these monsters come from. I'd send a Spartan warrior, but I need all of them for battle. Go to Megara and find my old friend Timon. He can help you acquire a proper offering for the Oracle. Young warrior, remember, bravery is not born, it is made.
So here's where you see. Oh, we got a skill point. Let's see. I'll channel another one. I'll do this. So you see a little mixing of the mythology and real people. Leonidas was a real dude. King Leonidas, think of Thermopylae, the 300, the Spartans there. Delphi is a real place. Really is an oracle there. Was trusted. It was correct a lot. Strangely enough. Despite the fact that, it was, despite the fact that some people thought that it was guessing most of the time. And it probably was guessing a majority of the time, but it was right, strangely enough, a lot. So, in the prophecies, it's told, anyways, regardless. So there's that, and so then, and so going to Delphi and presenting an offering was not unheard of. There were even times where like somebody would be like, well, I don't like what the oracle said, so get a second opinion. In other words, go back and ask the oracle again. Open this chest. The wraps, I don't think we're going to be doing, and the amulet, we're probably not going to be changing for a while. You don't find stuff like that on the regular. And it's keeping us very alive and a problem. And we still have that effect active, and we're completely fine. So I'm not sure what... We have something that is preventing us from losing energy. I'm guessing we have enough things that are adding to it, or not adding to it, sorry. We have enough... we do have things adding to it. But I'm guessing between, all the effects we have from things, that we have regeneration that is outpacing losing it. So, is it costing energy? Yeah, but the regeneration is such that we're gaining back the 1 energy before it registers on the counter. So if we didn't have any energy regeneration things, you'd probably see more of an impact. Not complaining. I'm happy to have that ability active all the way. And all the time. Let's go into this cave. I love this trying the think of thorns. It basically makes you impervious. Oh, okay. Chest. I need a better shield. I know I have better shields. In the well, actually, I don't have better shields. I have my warrior character. I sold all my shields with him. So I don't have better shields. I can get some of them back. So to speak, I had a moment of a problem with my other character. I was getting rid of a lot of staffs that I felt were inferior. And that I was finding with my ranger up in the Ragnarok DLC, and I forgot that my ranger is finding staffs that are like for like level like 25, and my Stormcaller character that has Storm Mastery as her one and only skill. She's not level 25 yet, so she's only level 14, so she can't use any of those staffs, and so I got all these great staffs, and she can't use any of them yet. And she can only use one at a time, obviously. So some of them are redundant. So I went to the caravan driver with her and found out that a lot of stuff, although a lot of the armor and like rings I was able to equip her with, because a lot of the armor had all these extra abilities on them that I enchanted with some sort of relic, or they came that way. So yeah. Most blue items I automatically add to the inventory if I can't use them. I should actually take that band of energy. I want to keep some of my dexterity bonuses, but at the same time, I don't need to keep them. So, I've been adding dexterity in case I need it, but I won't probably need it as much as I'm thinking. But energy upgrades, intelligence spellcasting, any of those abilities, you don't want to look down on those. So, this is where you have to be, where you have to think, where you have to actually be picky. You don't have a big inventory, so looting everything, as much as that is, a staple of RPGs. Can't do that here. So, and I have a friend who says that's limiting. I said no. I said maybe it is limiting. I said, but I disagree. I don't think that's limiting. That's more forcing you to really decide on tactics and builds, and really committing to what it is you're going to what kind of type of build you're going to use and pick and choose what abilities because as much as you have a build, here's the most ignorance with all the skeletons, because as much as you have a build, your gear also determines how you use that build. you could have somebody who calls down storms from the heavens, and why my particular one, you know, has a staff that shoots cold and lightning damage. I could just as easy level up her strength, or the strongest sword I have, and use all her, and use the sword to hit things, and all the spells, to make all her hits matter, and to call down giant attacks when need be. And here's an example I'm talking about how this is not a quest. This is a place. It is an ancient tomb, yes. So it is, so there are certain enemies that are down here, not like the same boss. But basically, this is like a mini dungeon. This is not a dungeon you have to do. If you didn't do this, it's not like anyone will say anything. It's not like they'd be like, well, we're by undead because of this tomb that you didn't take out. Or it's not like they're going to say this tomb and you go, actually, I already took out the tomb. That is possible. It's usually not. That's usually not the case. So to speak. So usually you don't know about the quest, or the quest isn't even active. I encountered a nymph one time, this water nymph, that does not give you a quest unless you find out about it. She'll be there, and she won't be doing well, and you can go in and clear the dungeon out. It's just if you go back and talk to her, I don't know if you have to do it again, because I don't remember if I had to do it again. I don't think I did, but don't quote me on that. I think after after that she gave me the quest, I can tell her actually like I handled it. Gonna get all the skeletons. Go back down this way. Is this the one? Yeah, okay. That's the one I'm going to replace. Okay, so more intelligence, more strength, more dexterity. Let's do 2 on the dexterity this time, another 1 on intelligence. We'll do 1 on energy and 2 on health this time. We've neglected the health quite a bit. Okay, so back to our Dream Master, which is our primary. Okay, so let's go put 2 there. Keep in mind, the way I do things, the way I activate things, the way I distribute points and such, it's not the end-all, be-all. So, you might think, oh gosh, like the way he does it, like, should I do it that way? I do it a particular way because I want to. It's just the way I play. You can do it a different way. Rebirth Fountain. Save it and call it. I'm going to call it here, guys. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch Titan Quest. If you'd like to, make sure to hit the like button, but hit that subscribe button too. I'd appreciate that immensely. It means a lot to me to those of you who do subscribe. Anyways, guys, we're still in Greece. We're heading to Delphi and such, and we'll take it from there. And so next time we play, I think we'll see if we can make it all the way to Delphi, or at least get on the outskirts of Delphi, or Delphi, whatever way you want to say it. Anyways, guys, until next time, my name is Rosler, and I'm logging off.